Hi guys, I'm Ben.
And I'm Chelsea. And this is Supernatural Love.
Welcome to our YouTube channel,
where we talk about making God the center of all relationships.
We have an amazing episode for you guys today.
Yes, everybody's been through the whole quarantine COVID thing. We've actually done some top 10 quarantine funny for you. But this time is a little bit serious.
So this is all about surviving COVID as a married couple. And we have quite a few things that we want to share from our experience of this time. It's been different for everyone, but we have a few things that hopefully will resonate with you.
Yes, and hopefully there'll be some good advice as well.
Yeah, so the first thing we got here is give each other space. So there's so many different emotions that are flooding us. Literally a lot is going on. It's important that we have time to have space. Our schedules, obviously your schedules, have all been interrupted. Things are very, very different. So it's important that we allow some form of normalcy by having some form of privacy.
Yes.
At least to me, I'm more like a private person. I enjoy having that privacy.
Alone time. It's very, very true. I mean, we all have different things that really refresh us and revive us. And so for Ben, definitely it's being alone. For me, it's not. For me, I'm a quality time person, and I'm also a touch person. So this whole COVID of don't hug anyone and don't be near anyone kills me. And so it was actually a little bit hard, and I started hugging trees. And so
no joke.
I
tree hugger.
I was a tree hugger. And so I might still be a tree hugger, but for me, space was definitely reading a book or just having time away from the kids and Ben as well. And so that's, yes. And you?
Yeah, for me, it was like playing guitar, maybe finding a nice YouTube channel to watch, something I'm subscribed to. By the way, if you're enjoying these videos, go ahead and subscribe. Shameless plug. But honestly, just taking some time to do something that's
for you.
And that would be getting you out of the regular busyness.
And you've also cleaned your whole house spotless and done your spring cleaning, because that happened.
Yeah, you need space.
You need space.
So
number 2, respect each other's process. Because we've had a lot of time to think, some past hurts may have surfaced again. Relationships are on the fritz because we're not able to see them. Some people have different points of view than you. And so a lot of emotions have surfaced.
So many.
So many. And so we need to allow, especially with the people that you live in the same house, you actually need to allow each other some time to process as well. All of those things that are surfacing.
And all the emotions, like, I'm not going to lie, I was upset. I was really bothered by some of the legislation and some of the, just circumstances surrounding COVID. And I had to ask God to give me a heart of compassion, just to be able to understand and just kind of break out of that funk of being upset. And now, I'm able to come to a place where, I just, obviously we want, this thing to be over.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't have to spend every day angry. I can actually have compassion for everyone that's going through the exact same thing. But if we do not allow each other the time to actually process those emotions, then we start to have breakdowns. There's too much pressure.
Build up of everything going on is not very good and a bad ingredient for.
Exactly. And if you're going to fight about anything, fight for your peace.
That's number 3.
So often, when those high pressure situations come, it's easy to hit heads.
Yeah.
It's easy to fight against each other, but we can fight beside one another, you
Yes.
guys. The Bible actually talks about striving to enter into rest. So what does that look like? How can we actually do that together? What are some things that we've been doing?
Well, we've been doing devotions together, definitely. We have this book that we read, and we definitely go through chapter. It's like a day thing, so we do that together. And then we do pray together when we can, because of course we're home with the kids, and so it's not always easy. However, you know what? Bring your kids along the journey.
Yeah.
Pray with your kids.
Yeah.
Do devotions with your kids. There's so many resources online now. There's Right Now Media. There's the YouTube, which is what we're on, the YouTube. I'm that old. There's VeggieTales. There's so many things out there that you can use to help build a family that fights for peace.
Another thing we've been doing during this time is we've actually been investing in our marriage as well. So we've been doing some like group therapy stuff and just communication courses and anything that can help us fight alongside each other for peace, because God wants to give you a peace that actually can surpass all of your understanding, and that will guard your mind and your heart.
Another one that we do is funnel your frustrations. So important to find an outlet, to find that thing that really helps you release that frustration, because let me tell you, frustration will surface. Emotions have surfaced. Things surface, and you're going through process and you're trying to fight for peace. Well, where can you put all that anger? What can you do with all that? Well, one way that I did was I worked out. Every morning I would go in my basement and I worked out, and it really helped me just release a lot of frustration, and in the process be happy with how I'm looking.
One thing that I would do is I would play the guitar. I made it a point to play more guitar in this season than I really ever have before.
Yeah.
And as a result, a lot of different creativity has come, a lot of songs have come. And so that's been really, really helpful for me. I can actually feel it now when I haven't played guitar for several days. There's like this yearning because it's become so much a part of my life. And of course, you guys, God is the one that's at the forefront of all of this. So, you know, sometimes it goes without saying that we want to have that time with God. So reading the Bible, listening to some, you know, music that can maybe put you in a place of prayer, and just constantly keep that line of communication open with Him. And that's a great way to funnel our frustration. God's not afraid of our emotions.
No, not at all. And we can always release with Him all of that frustration.
Fifth tip that we have for you is to share the load. And so what does that look like?
Yeah.
Sometimes taking turns, getting up in the morning, especially when you have kids. Doing the dishes, helping with chores. In fact, Chelsea even gets our kids involved in doing that.
Oh yes, you get those kids involved. You are not a maid. You are Wonder Woman and Superman, but you can't do it all. And so you get the kids involved. Hey, buddy, pick up your clothes. Let's go downstairs. We're going to do the laundry together. Or, hey, you see those dishes? Yeah, do them. Because you will go crazy trying to make sure that everything is all done properly. It's not going to happen, especially in this new time that we've never had this time before.
Never
we haven't
been here before.
Experienced this. So why not use this time to develop new skills, new traits for your kids to do? Number 6 is be creative.
One time we had the kids watch a movie. They sat down on their pillows. They had, you know, whatever they had to eat. And we went into the kitchen and we had a candlelight dinner. We actually had there was a chef that was cooking meals during COVID, and we went out and met in a parking lot, picked up the food, brought it back here, had a candlelight dinner together. Imagine that, you guys.
We had a date.
Yeah. And even on rainy days, Chelsea had creativity.
Yeah, on rainy days, we would just grab the laptop, grab some food, go in the van, and have a van drive-in.
Yeah, so basically we would park somewhere and just watch a movie in our van. So, guys, there is absolutely no limit to what you can do.
That's right. Be creative.
The 7th thing that we have for you is to be teachable. You would be amazed at the number of things that you're able to do during this time.
Yes.
I actually learned how to do all of this kind of production during this time. So that means the camera, that means the lighting, that means the editing. And there's been various other things that I've been able to learn how to do as well. You know, how to host a broadcast on Facebook, how to co-host this channel. And if you guys are enjoying, we have so much more content for you. So go ahead and subscribe to our video.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of him because he did learn a lot of things that not normally you would learn because you were never in a predicament as this. And so it's very fun to see. It was a little bit tedious and annoying sometimes because I would hear all this gear and gadgets and stuff and I'm just like still-faced, okay. But regardless, it turned out okay.
And you guys are enjoying the end result, so that is awesome.
And during this time, I learned a lot about trust and what that looks like because I was working in the school system. I taught extracurricular activities for kids, and that kind of all ended when this whole thing happened. And so, yes, I had to homeschool the kids, but I also had to learn a lot of trust with God that everything is going to be okay.
Yeah.
And that my future is in his hands and that he's going to prosper me and not harm me, that he has my heart in his hands and that everything's going to be okay. So I had to just give up all the control and my agenda. I had to give it up all to him. And that trust is building and building every single day. And that's something that you can experience as well, is just allowing God to move in your life, that you can trust him that much.
Mm-hmm. And we've got one last thing for you guys, and that is to stay
positive.
So what can we do to stay positive? We can read the Bible. We can pray. We can do something that we really enjoy doing.
Like tickling.
Yeah. And as a married couple, it's normal that you will have good days and you will have bad days.
It
and
happens.
Sometimes one of you will be up, one of you will be down. And when that happens, we need to lift each other up.
Yeah.
And we need to be there for one another, especially when we don't necessarily know all the answers as to when this whole thing is going to be over.
Yeah.
There's a constant battle in our mind. Mm-hmm. And so that's what the Bible actually says. Let us consider how to stir up one another toward love and good deeds, encouraging one another.
And what do we do when both of us are down? Both of us are experiencing all the discouragement and depression. Well, guess what? We have a community.
Yeah.
You have a community. You have family and friends that you can reach out on the phone, text, Zoom. Hey, technology is there for a reason.
Yeah.
Reach out. You do not want to be on that isolation island all by yourself saying, woe is me, but not reaching out. You must reach out. We have great friends that we reach out to. We just actually finished one a while back on a Zoom call, and we're going to be doing a game over Zoom with some other friends too. So you have to reach out to community. They're there for a reason.
The most important thing is to not be alone, because you are not alone. The last thing I want to share with you is out of John chapter 10, verse 10. It says the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But Jesus said, I've come that they may have life and life more abundantly. Yeah. And that abundant life is not dependent upon COVID. It's not dependent upon anything that's actually happening in the natural realm. It's a promise from God. So I encourage you guys to not stay in the place of isolation where the enemy can steal from you. He can kill your passions and your dreams and ultimately try and destroy your purpose.
Yeah, we need to understand that God's word will come to pass. So his promises are real. And it's really no joke that we all had the rainbow. That was a symbol of everything's going to be okay. In Quebec, we had ça va bien aller. That means everything's going to be okay. And it was a rainbow. Guys, that's God's promise.
So good.
Promise will come to pass.
Yeah. So we hope that this has been really helpful for you. We've had fun putting these together for you guys.
Too much fun.
There's a whole lot of other content. If you haven't already checked it out on our YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe and leave us some comments. We would love to hear from you.
Your ideas on how you survived COVID, what you did with your kids, anything of the sort. We'd love to read them all.
Yeah, for sure. So until next time, God bless, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.